Hi, my name is Anna Hatton. I am the recruiter for the College of Education, and today I just want to cover some really key things about our Tech Teach program as well as our majors for the College of Ed, and share with you some vital information. So we'll just go ahead and get started. Our college is pretty unique on campus. We're very proud of it. Our main concern, our only concern, is future teachers, and that's what we focus on. And so you have a wealth of knowledge in our building. We have former principals, former superintendents, and of course, former teachers that are in this role of helping prepare our future educators. And so it's our main focus, it's our main goal. We have one of the smaller majors here at Tech, and so we really get small classroom sizes, and then you get one-on-one attention from faculty and staff, advisors. We are all here for you, and the beauty of it is we're small, so it feels like a family. We're also part of a pretty prestigious program called US Prep, and the goal of US Prep is to improve teacher education preparation across the US. And so we are part of this foundation that goes out to raise the level of teacher preparation. And so we basically take our Tech Teach model, which is our teacher preparation program, and we share it with hundreds of schools all over the US, and we basically share our formula for success. And what we find is that the better we prepare our future educators, the better prepared they are to walk into the classroom and then help the minds of Texas students. And so we take our job very seriously, and we're very proud to be the best teacher preparation program in the state of Texas, and that's according to the Commissioner of Education this year. So we're very excited at what we do, and we love working with students who want to work with future students. It's a nice perpetual profession to be in. The Tech Teach program, these are the core things that we are known for. And so when we say we do things differently than other preparation programs or what sets us apart, these are the key things right here. A full year of student teaching. So all of our majors, their senior year is a full year, 4 days a week in the classroom with one mentor teacher. So it really feels like you're a first year teacher. You're gonna make lesson plans on a daily basis. You're gonna work with students and see their progression from the start of the year all the way to the end. And the beauty of it is you're still in the bubble and safety net of a teacher preparation program. So you have a mentor teacher, you have people as a support to you and your success in the classroom. But our goal is to really give you the most amount of classroom experience possible. We also follow the co-teaching model, so you're never alone. You're not a sub that's just thrown into a classroom. You have a mentor who's there to guide you, and we actually train and work with our mentors on a regular basis. So they really get to turn the classroom over to you and let you spread your wings and really practice teaching. Every member of our Tech Teach program is given an iPad when they come into the program. Bonus is you get to keep it when you graduate, so that's also nice. But the iPad goes with you into the classroom, and so you're going to record lessons, which is very critical to your improvement and allows you to grow and learn every single time you deliver a lesson. We also follow the TAP rubric. The TAP rubric is how teachers are evaluated in the real world. So you, as an incoming teacher and future teacher, are going to be prepared just like teachers in the field are prepared, essentially. And that rubric is based on a 1 to 5 scale. So 5 is a veteran teacher, 1 is a brand new teacher. And we guarantee that all of our grads are hitting a 3 on that rubric, meaning when you're finishing our program, you're more like a second or third year teacher walking into your first year of teaching. And that right there is what we are known for. The amount of classroom experience will translate into you being a better first year teacher. And we have wonderful success stories from all over the state of our first year teachers or even more veteran teachers going on to winning Teacher of the Year for their school, their district, as well as the US. And so we're very proud of what we do. And these core tenets here are proof that when we say we're the best, we're the best. Let's now kind of switch and talk about all the different certifications that we offer in the College of Ed. So we work with elementary all the way through to high school. We can be a major, we can be a minor. There's so many different ways that we work with people across all of Texas Tech. But essentially, if anybody wants to become a teacher finishing from this university, they have to come through us. And so we certify everything. Our goal is to be very flexible. So for elementary, that's listed here, something that we do that no other college in Texas does is multiple certifications. So as long as we're your major education, you're going to also receive ESL, which is English as a second language, and then special education certification training. Basically, we train you for both of those very in-demand certifications, and then it's up to you if you want to test for one or test for both of them. But essentially, you could graduate with 3 certifications instead of just one, which will make you more hireable, more marketable. So there we have elementary that's listed. Bilingual certification is also huge, not only in the state of Texas, but all over the U.S. And so if you speak Spanish and you want to be certified as a bilingual teacher, we can work that into every single certification. Switching to middle school, these are our main 4 subjects that teachers teach from 4th to 8th grade: math, science, English, social studies. Another thing that we do that no other college in Texas does is this idea that if you want to teach an upper level subject, that you have to major in that subject. Our goal is more of you becoming an educator. And what you're going to find when you major in a subject and minor in education, your focus is more on that content than it is becoming a teacher. And so by being an education major, you're basically saying, I want to be a teacher and I just need to know what I need for the classroom. And so every one of our upper level certifications, middle school and high school, the degree plan is based off of the level that you're going to be teaching. So essentially, if I'm going to be a middle school math teacher, our degree plan reflects that. And so for middle school math, you don't dive deeper than college algebra, because that is what you teach for a middle school classroom. And then you get the full tech teach experience, and we don't have to be a minor. So it's not necessarily that we're trying to change the way you're prepared for the classroom, but we also want to make sure that you get the most amount of education experience in education classes, as well as the content that you're going to teach. And so again, for middle school, we do math, science, English, social studies, and then ESL, special ed are still built in. Switching to high school, this is for 7 through 12 certification. The core subjects that we offer, where you can be an education major, not necessarily majoring in the subject again, is English, math, and composite science. Composite science means biology, chemistry, and physics. So you're kind of a triple threat when it comes to being a science teacher. And math and science are high needs areas, and so we try to make sure that our students are prepared to teach multiple subjects in math and science at both middle school and high school levels. Everything else that's listed here, history, music, art, when you think about theater, ag, all sorts of things that people teach now, that's where we would come in as a minor. And the minor, I'll spend just a quick second on, is about half of our main Tech Teach program that's being offered. So instead of a full year of student teachings, our minors get a semester, and instead of 1 or 3 certifications that you could get, you're only going to finish with 1. And so it is important to kind of weigh your options of being a major with education versus being a minor. But just know that there are options. And I think that's one of the best components of the College of Ed is, again, we try to be flexible. We want to help students achieve their goal in the long run. Shifting gears really quick. So we have this amazing Tech Teach program here in Lubbock. We're very proud of it. Again, we're nationally recognized as one of the best programs in the U.S. But on top of that, what we've noticed is we're still here in Lubbock. We have our own West Texas bubble. Why not take the wealth of knowledge that we have and share it with the rest of the state? And so this program, Tech Teach Across Texas, does just that. It is the first of its kind in the nation. We've basically taken everything that's good that we are known for, which is everything that we talked about, those key components, put it on in a full year with online coursework. So it's an accelerated program. So essentially, students can start this program with either their freshman and sophomore year here at Tech taken care of or 2 years at a community college with the Associates of Arts in Teaching. And in one accelerated year, they can finish fully certified with a full year in the classroom with all those key components of Tech Teach that we talked about, as well as the iPad. But basically, in 1 year, they're teaching. And so this program is mostly geared towards non-traditional students, students that maybe can't come out to Lubbock and have a full 4-year experience. But what we found is that we can take the message of Tech Teach as well as Texas Tech University and share it with a whole other demographic that just doesn't quite get the same opportunities all the time. And so what we're finding is teacher assistants in the classroom, they can come and do this program and stay with their school and then be hired as a teacher within 1 year. So there's just a lot of advantages to this program. And again, we have it all over the state. So Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, the San Antonio Hill Country area, and right here in West Texas, we work with rural schools a lot. And so we get to take our well-trained candidates and put them where they're needed most. Again, it is an accelerated program with all your courses online, but it is 2 years of Tech Teach sped up into one. So it is a very intense program. So we work very closely with students who do this program. But it's nice to be able to share what is good with Tech Teach with all over the state and put well-prepared teachers in every classroom that we can reach. For this program, we currently offer EC through 6th grade, so elementary certification and middle school math. And in the next few years, we're hoping to get all of our mid-level and high school subjects integrated online as well. So that's pretty exciting. And then, of course, ESL, special ed, bilingual, those are still built into the program, so students can receive all the same certifications that they would if they did the main campus program. As far as getting into Tech Teach, these are the main requirements. Whether you're on our main campus, whether you're doing 2+1, our Tech Teach Across Texas program, the requirements are the same. We're going to look at a completed set list of courses. So freshmen and sophomores here are typically working through those courses, and then the last 2 years are Tech Teach. If they're transfer students, it's the Associates of Arts in Teaching, and then the last year or 2 years, however they want to do it, is the Tech Teach program. A 2.75 GPA, that is non-negotiable. We want to make sure that if you are interested in becoming an educator, that you have a great GPA and a mentality of knowing the content and taking responsibility for your grades. So basically no D's or F's. You also have to take and pass a practice test that'll be based on the content that you want to teach. And then everybody sits down with one of our site coordinators who basically guide all of our Tech Teach candidates through the program, and they do a precursory interview with them. And so you get to really get a good insight into the program, and they're just going to make sure that you're ready to go. So again, these requirements are the same no matter if you're a main campus student or a distance student. I'm going to shift now and talk about scholarships because I think it's important to also dream big and shoot for the stars and then pay for it, right? So the one here that is bold and underlined, this is Raise Your Hand Texas. We are a proud partner school of the Raise Your Hand Texas Foundation, which just seeks to improve teacher preparation across the state. This scholarship is tied to the Charles Butt Foundation, which is the H-E-B store chain founder's son, and he takes his money and gives back and supports teachers all over the state. And so students who apply for this scholarship and receive it are inducted into this foundation, and they are set with networking, with mentors. They do trainings every year that are fully paid for, and they'll fly you out to all over the U.S. as well as Austin every year for their training. It's just a very prestigious organization, and their goal is to help teachers. And so the Raise Your Hand Texas Scholarship is the largest education scholarship in the state of Texas right now. It's $8,000 a year, renewable for up to 4 years. So if you get it, it stays with you. So think about it. If I was a high school senior coming to Tech and I applied for this scholarship in the fall, because it opens up every fall, I would have $32,000 waiting for me at Texas Tech, which is pretty awesome. It's a great scholarship, plus the foundational support you'll get if you receive it. 75% of our applicants last year who made it to the third round received this scholarship, which there's only 10 total schools that can give this out, and we had more than all the other 9 combined. So we work with our candidates. We're going to make sure you're prepared to receive this scholarship and that you are knowing what's expected of you every step of the way. So I can't plug this scholarship enough. The deadline is usually every year around December 1st for the following school year. So make sure you plan ahead and apply for this when it's time. Other than that, we do have a lot of College of Ed scholarships for our majors. And we tend to keep a lot of our money for Tech Teach. So it's important to reapply every year with your FAFSA, with the current student scholarship application, and then that way you're just putting yourself every year and back in the pot to get more money from the College of Ed. So we are constantly working with students and reminding them to apply. We very much put a big weight into scholarships, and so we always try to help our students any way we can. 2 federal things to kind of just keep in mind when it comes time to paying for the Teach or Tech Teach program is the Teach Grant. This is a federal grant that's tied to Title I schools. So if you can commit to teaching 4 years in an 8-year time period at a Title I school, you don't have to pay it back. And so that can give you $4,000 a year every year you're in Tech Teach, which is really great. And then, of course, keep in mind, teacher loan forgiveness exists. And so if you can work 5 years in a Title I school or a high needs area, then you can apply for some loan forgiveness on the back end. So there's just a lot of good resources out there for teaching, and especially teaching in a high needs area or a Title I school. Outside of the classroom, we have a lot of students that we want to take care of. Again, as I mentioned, we're one of the smaller majors on campus, and so our students really get to know each other, even if they're not in the same certification. I have included a picture here of my ambassadors this current year, and so we have students who take pride in representing the Tech Teach program as well as the College of Ed, and you could apply to be an ambassador. There's scholarship tied to that. And then we also have our learning community right across the street from us in Hewlin Hall. And so if you're applying for housing, you know, that one tends to fill up a lot because it's one of the cheaper dorms on campus. But it's nice to live with other education majors. And so we highly encourage our majors to do that, incoming freshmen. There's a lot of organizations and different agencies that our students join that connect to the professional world of teaching, and TSTA is the largest of that, and it is the Texas State Teachers Association. And so we have a college chapter here, and if you join here, you don't have to pay fees as a professional, so that's kind of nice too. This next to last slide here is about study abroad. We have 4 amazing programs for our students to choose from, and they focus on education. And so as an education major, these will get you into the classroom in various classrooms across the world. The first one mentioned there is 2 weeks in the Dominican Republic. This has kind of more of a focus on literacy. They work with an elementary school there in the DR, and we provide books for them every year, and then it's 2 weeks and you're working with students as well as taking 1 class. Salamanca, Spain, this is a little bit more intense. It's 6 weeks. And this trip is focused on the European education system. And so they go into elementary schools all the way through colleges and kind of dissect it and see what we do in the States and compare and contrast. And it's pretty neat, as well as having a huge bilingual focus. So you don't have to know Spanish to go there, but you better bet when you come back, you're going to be fluent. It is an immersive Spanish program as well. And in those 6 weeks, they travel to 9 different countries. So it's a very exciting, fun trip that a lot of our students love and actually go multiple times if they can. Chile is a new one. This one is with a sister school that actually implements Tech Teach. We work with them a lot, and they have the Tech Teach model. And so our 3rd-year students are very similar to theirs. And so we're going to do a little swap. So for the month of October, every year in the first year of Tech Teach, we kind of just will switch. We're going to send some students down there. They're going to send some of their students up to us. And so this is pretty exciting and one of our newer programs. So we're excited to see how everything goes. And the last one mentioned there is City Year Boston. City Year is part of AmeriCorps, which is one of the largest volunteer organizations in the US right now. We've chosen their Boston campus to work with, but City Year's goal is to go into inner city schools around the US and just kind of lift where they stand and elevate students and give them opportunities to study, to have mentors, to find success in school and keep them going. They go to schools that tend to have a high dropout rate and really work one-on-one with these inner city schools. And so we have handpicked their Boston campus, and essentially you can spend your first full year of Tech Teach in Boston, and you're working with schools every day, so you kind of feel like you're paired with a mentor teacher, but then you're working with students in small groups and you're monitoring their success throughout an entire year. City Year, again, works with schools all over the US. Their Boston campus has actually been going for 31 years now. So we are very excited to work with them. They will hire our candidates. You get paid as a success coach for City Year, so it is a paid experience. And then at the end of the year, their students receive the Pell Grant. And so typically that's around $6,000 that they finish the end of the year with, and they can come back and invest that in their senior year of Tech Teach. So it is a bit longer of a commitment, but there are some benefits to it. So it's worth exploring all of these options when you're considering doing any type of study abroad or an immersive experience that's life-changing, because that's what we hear the most with all of our programs. And that's our goal. Our goal is an immersive experience that opens your mind, especially when it comes to the world of education, because it's done differently everywhere you go. And so the more insight and encouragement you have to work with students and be creative, that's our goal. This last slide, that's me right there at the bottom. So if you have questions, you can send me an email, you can give me a call, and we just look forward to working with students and help them realize their dreams. I think now more than ever, we need well-qualified teachers. And so this program is focused on that. We are here for you. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out. We'll help you every step of the way.